Isn't life funny? Hi, ladies and people who are in the chat. Cause what I've just realised and discovered is I'm half an hour early and I'm wondering why Leanne isn't here. So I'm going to have to just go back and start again. Or do I keep on with the half hour now and rattle rave on and etc.? Oh my goodness. um, I have no idea how I did that. I do. My brain's been crazy lately, in a way. So at the moment, there is no Leanne here. I'm just here by myself. And I'm wondering, oh gosh, do I what? I know Leanne won't be ready until 10:30. So, oh goodness, maybe you're going to get an extra bonus today and have an extra half hour since I'm here. So, and what I'll do is instead of just leaving a raving lunatic, just raving on, what I'll do is I'll go through some of these lovely comments and I'll actually do some card reading straight off because that's the only option I've got left, isn't it? And I haven't put my earphone things in. So what I'll do, is there any echo back? I'll have to put them in anyway. Because I think with this, I've actually got to get some of these things. I wasn't quite ready for it, was I? Actually, whilst I am here like this, I'm going to use the projector and I'll do it that way because things we can do on the fly now with the Be Live Studio 2, it's absolutely a wonderful platform. I'm discovering. I'll put those in when Leanne actually does come in. So hello to, whoops, my mouse. Hello to Samara. Good morning. And we might get back to that as far as I'll just run through the ones that I've got here whilst I'm waiting for the 10:30 for Leanne to come in. Oops. So do make sure that you are on the mytimetv.live page so that the comments can be actually in the back end of the, like what I can see, to put them up like I'm going to be doing now, like this one with, whoops, no, I did that wrong, didn't I? With Ashton's Good Morning, Ros and Leanne. So I'll pass that on to Leanne when she gets in. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I do it. And so you're just saying there that you've shared. Thank you very much for that. We've got Cheryl who's popped in. So hi, Cheryl. And Nita, how are you? Oh, that looks nice and colourful. I like the reds. And now we've got KB. I do look like I'm eyes away because the comments on this is actually there. It's a bit bigger screen with the iMac, so it does look like I'm looking a long distance away. It'd be lovely if it was just under there that we had the comment stream so that it looks like I'm still looking at you as I'm pulling them up and putting them there. So any messages or guidance, look, any of the messages at the moment I'll do them shortly, start on them shortly. And here we have Mary, how are you? And we've got Jody, appreciating some clarity. I mean, wouldn't we all like that in life too? And Leanne is notifying too. What's notifying? Oh, yeah, doing the cross postings, what it's doing. That's the part that I'm still not quite sure of when I'm doing the setting up of events, because there is a thing that's called cross posting and it does it automatically. For the life of me, I still can't find where to edit it to do that. So, and I like that. Thanks, Jessica. Keep talking, which I am. It's almost comes up as a natural talent for me. I had a very good teacher in my father, and he did lay preaching for 60 years, I think, before he finally retired from that. And he has since passed on, but with that sort of thing, when you're forced to go to 2 lots of Sundays services over a very long period of time whilst I was a child, you get some practice listening, and of course then you get some practice talking later, because I did a stint of that myself too in my younger years. Good morning. Oh my, the dilemmas. Yes. Hi. Oh, hi, Diana. It is. So, KB, yeah, your time's 10:30, so you're on the east coast of Australia then? It's funny, isn't it? Because Central and even Queensland doesn't have the same timeline as the other East Coast states. So that's interesting. For those who are in America, we're talking about Australia here. So, Stacey, did I put your hello up? I'm not sure. And Mary, you're really struggling. Yeah. And hi, Vanessa. I think that was a new name there. And wanting to have a reading as well. Hi, Shelley. And we've got Louise, who is from Canada. And so, all good. So for the moment, what I'll try and do is we'll start with what's at the top. And this is where I've actually got new cards. Now, I'll dump that out the way and I'll undo that, and I'll do... Whoop, wrong way round. Because what I've actually got, and those comments actually hide my face. I can't. Hello. Oh, this is interesting. I've got a new deck of cards. Well, this is not a new deck of cards. I've had them for a while when I did my certification training for Lisa Williams. I'll actually drop that just for a minute, just to explain this. I did a certification with Lisa Williams, who's a psychic medium, world-renowned, and the part of that was actually having a deck of her cards as part of the course and doing our psychic mediumship. So it's a lovely deck of cards, and that's what I'm actually going to use. That is what I'm going to use today. So I'll put the question back up and hide behind the corner. So I'm actually going to shuffle these. Do I shuffle them like that for you, Samara? Gee, that's awful watching that, isn't it? I think I'd rather leave a blank screen. Messages from past loved ones. I'll do 2 cards and see if you need a third. Okay, Samara? So you've actually got surrender, and this is still a bit too low. I don't know what my lighting's like for this camera here. Oh, that one was up the wrong way. And work. So what I'm seeing there, it's very hard to see what the words are there with the focus of my camera here. It just isn't working all that well to focus. I've noticed that before. So I'm just going to try and go a bit closer with it, see whether it will or not. And does it? No, look, it doesn't, does it? So we start off with surrender. And I think what you're actually being given as a message is release, change, focus. Click that on. Can you see the words? Are they focusing? No. I don't know whether it's the glossiness of the cards or what. But what it's saying, what the card there is release, change, focus, turning things around, and ending of eras and inner knowledge. So it's almost that you're being given that guidance to release things, let things go. And in the work situation, it's got, and I'm feeling that that's probably moving you into the focusing, being able to focus more on your work in a way that's actually going to be more meaningful. So that there's, brings back that passion. It's going to bring back, some success in your work and the diligence. The words that are under there are focus, passion, diligence, success, teamwork, and finance. So I'm thinking that once things are actually let go, gee, that's hard to do like that. Yeah, so you can't actually see those cards like that, can you? If we take the question down, we don't need it up all the time, do we? So it's actually suggesting to me that there is that need for you to turn things around with that letting things go. And also going into that inner self as far as being able to understand some of what you have had going on in your life that is needing that bit more of a deeper understanding and from your own perspective, not what other people are trying to tell you. So that will then release that, because once we understand something, we don't really need to continue to learn that lesson. It's sort of filed away in that bank of inner knowledge and it pops up when you need it, type of thing. So that what you can then focus on in this instance is moving into the work and getting what you need to focus on done. And I think it will build that passion up again, because you'll have that clearer focus in what you're wanting to do. So, and move forward with, actually. Now, and I'll move on to the next one. So I'll just quickly shuffle these without you seeing that. You've just got the nice little brown corner and brown patch in the corner instead. That's an interesting way of setting this with the studio too. I presume that this is actually going on live still in the background of, yep, I was just checking my Facebook page in that background. So, and Ashton, I'm going to do the same. He's going to have 2 cards for you. Oh, surrender again. Oh, no, you can't have the same cards. That's a bit rough. I'm going to do that differently. If they turn up again, well, you've got the same message for you. Oopsie, and now I've dropped them. Hang on. Oh, that was a large bundle of dropped cards. Oh dear. Here we go. You've got playground and healing. So I'll bring those up the other way, and probably because it's a shorter question, it won't be me having to dodge it in the camera. So what we've got there is, they're very hard words to read. They're white against the yellow. So it's youth, playfulness, inner child, fun and laughter. And then under the healing, it's got ease, calm, release and peace. So I'm feeling that there is what you're needing to have come forward from within you. Is they're saying, I'm not picking up on any specific person at this point, because of the way my brain is at the moment, a little bit jumble mumble because I came on early. I'm not going to rely on doing the mediumship stuff online right now. So I'll need to really resettle my energy and tune into that. I know I've done the training and all that, but look, for me, it's just there's still that itsy bit of self-doubt around mediumship. I know I can, but it's in this sort of scenario, no. I'll just leave that for Leanne. And that's fine. So, but this is still message from spirit. It's the way that the cards work anyway. So it is actually still that those who are your loved ones are putting this out there to you as far as the playground, and actually moving from, re-energizing your life with that, looking at things as the child might, and actually putting the context into play, the playing, the enjoying things for what you want to do, the, flying high on the swing. Whoops, I've just got that coming up. Taking it all into being the beautiful energy that it is that you see children really get into. That's what I'm feeling with that. It really is that joy of life. And that in itself will actually bring you through to a healing that you're really needing. And it does bring the calm, as it says, ease, calm, release, peace. So release the energy of what is within you in that childlikeness to really enjoy and take on that innocence of life again, and have that move through you with ease, so that you're actually in the combining of the two. It in itself is going to be very healing. So hoping that one will help you. And we'll move on to the next, which is KB. Are there any messages or guidance? I think anytime that you actually, I find that interesting. Is there any messages? Oops, hang on, I'll go back the other way again for that one. Are there any messages or guidance coming through for me today? Now, interesting question. For those who are still coming on, and I haven't sort of done the hello to because I was early, half an hour early for those coming on now, to what the scheduled time was, that is. Now, there's always guidance and messages available for us any time of the day. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. We can actually ask our own guidance for that help. We can actually ask the questions from our inner soul self to those of us who we know, who either are on the other side or even those who are just our spirit guides and those angels who are around us and our guardian spirits, and whatever name that you want to actually that you actually connect with. They're always available. So the guidance is there. So yes, there is guidance for you today. But with these, doing this sort of a public reading, it really does help to actually have the questions more specific, because it's a short time that we're actually here, and it's free services, really, as far as being able to share this with you. It's because we love doing it. I do, and I know Leanne does. And I know you like to hear some guidance. So, did I shuffle the cards? I think I did. Oops, I just went and cleared them again. So I'll do a quick three shuffle and do that for you, KB. Whoops. And here we go. I'm just needing the one for you. It's pure. And I'll get that up like that. Isn't that a gorgeous card? If only we could see that thing clearly. So KB, there is your card. It's innocence, clarity, belief, honesty, and truth. So one thing with this camera, it's just not focusing well enough. And I think that's a Logitech problem. They're programming their settings in the back end of the camera software isn't as good as it used to be. Something changed. But when you're looking at that as a image, where does your eye go to first, KB? What area of that card is your focus going to? You're really needing clarity. You really need to actually focus. So that's why the question. It's because for me, that focus has actually just gone to, I'll just get my pointer rather than my finger. My focus went straight to that beautiful rose, the one in the center. And I suppose that's probably because it's most over the third eye, like it's in line with sort of the third eye. It completes the crown. It actually is almost like that jewel in the center you'll see crowns have. And the innocence of a child, it's as if they are the king or queen of their kingdom. And I'm feeling that's where that belief comes in, that you're actually needing to believe in yourself, that what you are moving into, that whatever you're deciding to do is achievable, that you can do anything, that you are the king or queen. Well, in your instance, I dare say, KB, that you're actually a woman, that I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. That you just believe, know that that's what is happening for you in your life, that you need to believe it first too. And in all honesty, and there is an honesty and truth there in this one, because it is the card that represents purity, and that knowing that what you are doing and on the right path, and all of that is moving into where you need to be. Okay. So that's what I am receiving for you. I don't feel another card's necessary, so I'll just go back to that view and we'll shuffle again. And we'll do, I think I did say hi to Mary Waters, didn't I? I'd gone down a reasonable way. at the time that I did the first hellos. And I've actually got, you're wanting any messages for your daughter. We'd appreciate clarity regarding her relationship. So this is a question about her relationship. And I'll do one more shuffle on that one. And I've got, there's a journey, and I'm actually going to be doing a second card for that one. And I'll swap that around so that you can see them more clearly. Well, and there we go. It's a long question, big question, so it's actually taking a bit more room on the screen. So what we've got here in the journey is a crossroads and forward thinking, and it's time to move on. The second card being the dreams, it's connecting with self and spirit. Believe in the power of your dreams. And what's the guidance and direction is that one. So I really do feel that the message that she's being given is to move on with the relationship. I would say that it just feels to me like it's been a difficult path, and it needs to have that decision made. She's been having dreams of moving. Well, it feels like she's been having dreams of moving on. There's something else in her path. There's something else around the corner. And it's to believe that what she's had in her dreams are actually the messages that she's needing to listen to hear, and she is receiving them for that guidance and direction. So connecting that with the, to believe that that connection is real, that it is actually for her, and deciding, sometimes we can self-doubt what we are actually moving into. And I'll drop that comment. Oh, which one is it? Jody up there. So that there is that movement and walking that path. You actually do need to take the steps. It's not just a matter of dreaming it, wishing it, and hoping it gets there. It, to whatever the goal is that she's, or that message that she's getting in her dreams. So I am actually feeling a J name just popped up into my head. I've got no idea what it is, but J came up. And the crossroads, the decision needs to be made. The steps need to be taken. So it's time to actually move that on is what I'm getting there. So we'll go on to the next one while I'm shuffling that. And yes, whoops, just got to move that all up. Stacey, I don't think we've done one for you, have we? I can just give you a card. It's what's coming up. Well, I suppose that's specific enough. We'll just see what the card's got forward. Just feeling that there is one card. Yeah, just the one card I'm pulling for you as well. So it's not the two. And what's coming up? Oh, it's covered yet, isn't it? I know what it is. Do you want to know what it is? Sorry, I've just been a tease. Now I've got to move it up because the question's in the way. Whoops. So look what's coming up for you. It is actually heartfelt. Well, love is the title of the card, so that seems to be a fairly biggie. So it's heartfelt, passion, unconditional love, togetherness with your partner. So I think that's really suggesting that there is, and I've got that hole there, it really is suggesting that there is going to be a revamping, a reignition, and a more intimate closeness of what you can experience with your partner. It's going to be at that sort of depth that it is going to have a much deeper understanding of each other and being heartfelt. I think it really is indicating there's going to be a depth that you probably haven't experienced before, and it will prove to be a longer term, a longer lasting, and a much more, well, a beautiful experience and continuing experience at that. So that's what I'm getting there for you, Stacey. And there, I'm going to, now that one is Mary's. I'm really struggling with keeping the chin up of late. Haven't felt like this for years. Will I pull myself out of it? Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for you, Mary. It's one of those things, I mean, you're feeling depressed and low and flat. It's one of those things that's a very hard process to work through when you really do feel you cannot pull yourself out of it. And it's just too hard. Oh, I just went and shuffled again, so you needed that. It's just something that other people don't understand. They're not in your experience. And it's okay to feel that way, but it is still something that you don't dwell in forever. It is something you are calling out for help. You don't know if you're going to pull yourself out of it. Well, you will. There is the present moment and time to live, and that is now. This card is there for you, and I better show it fully because I didn't. So I'll just lower that, and you can have a better look at this card. It really is spending that time in the present. You feel that it's trying to keep your chin up, trying to be light and happy and energetic and all the rest when you really don't feel like doing that. It's something just to experience where you're at in this moment now. So being present with what you're feeling, experiencing those emotions and the feelings that you're having, acknowledging that they're there and knowing the reason why is valid, and you have every right to feel that way. But it's like grieving in many ways that we need to put an end to it at some point in time. So it's actually suggesting to you now with this card, it is time to live. So it's just that slight change of perception. We've got this wonderful picture of a woman sitting in that light yoga pose, the meditation pose, what's recognized as meditation, and looking out to the sea, the oceans, and all the possibilities, because we know how huge they are, especially here in Australia. We're surrounded by water, and you can just see the freedom of that bird flying in the distance. And I can see even in this cloud here, it looks like a turtle going upside down. It's all the possibilities of what you can see ahead for your life, and moving and working with that so that you can actually spend that time to live now and in that the present moments. So, and it looks like I'll make that the last one for now, Mary, because I've just noticed that Leanne has come into the staging area. So I'll take that there back, and I shall put me back that way. And I'm going to bring Leanne in and say, oops, I've got to drop that one down. Hang on. And say, hello, Leanne. How are you?
Hello, how you going?
Oh, I'm fine. Do you know what?
You started early, did you?
Yeah, half an hour early at 10 o'clock.
I love that. Oh, I wondered what was going on, because then it rings me and goes, "Aren't you live with Ros today?" I said, "Yeah." And she's live. I'm like, "No, she's just on a card thing. We start at 10:30."
Oh,
So, Anna, you're not going crazy, okay?
no, she's not going crazy. No. Oh, I don't know if we're getting an echo. Can someone please let me know if we're getting an echo? Because I haven't got my earplugs in. Oh, whatever you call, those things.
It might be on my end.
When you're by yourself, you don't have to. But with someone else, I'll have to change my mic now.
Yeah, I've just closed my Facebook page, so it may have been that possibly.
Oh, I don't know if there was an echo.
Okay.
I've just changed it, because one of the wonderful things that we've got with BeLive's TV studio too is you can change stuff on the fly while you're actually live, and you can refresh if it mucks up and you've got to start again, and it still leaves the broadcast open, and that's wonderful. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
It is.
No, it's
You're
fine.
looking very lovely and colourful today, honey.
Thank you. I
You're
thought with the
welcome.
horrible weather and it being so cold, I'll sit here freezing in a short sleeve. Well, it's because I'm going back over to Port Elliot after this. I didn't want to be bothered putting the heater on. I thought, well, I feel like
Yeah.
being light and lively and colourful, but it is cold. And you can
Yeah.
tell from the colour of my skin how cold it is. I'm quite thirsty. But it keeps me focused.
And that's it. I had to go and put my boots on because my feet were freezing.
Oh, yeah, I've got shoes on this time too. And now because I've been going half an hour, I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. Is there anything that cropped up for you that you'd like to mention today, since we didn't have our usual in the green room type staging area thingy chat?
I guess it's about going with the flow this week. Whoops, I've lost your
Oh,
volume, honey. Did you mute yourself?
no,
Oh, no, there you are.
mine's
I
probably
could
only
see
the
your
back
mouth.
end.
Yeah, I could see your mouth moving, but couldn't hear anything. You got to love technology. It is doing weird things today, so I don't know if other people are noticing it, but I'm having issues with my phone, and it's had issues with the computer and stuff, and things
I
happening. I
noticed,
think,
yeah, yeah, I know. I've been waiting for, like, I received a call from, like, I've got my house being painted at Port Elliot prior to us to moving back, and he's finished today. So he was ringing to say he'll leave the key, blah blah, and etc. and catch up tonight. But it was the third call. The first couple just didn't. They didn't ring. I didn't
that
get them.
happened to
So,
me too, and it rang me,
yeah.
and there was no sound. There was nothing.
See, Tony rang last night, and it took a while for it to connect in that I could actually hear what he said, as far as it sounded like there was a delay, not that I couldn't get it. There was just a delay. So,
Yeah,
oops, my iPad's deciding to do things there too.
yeah.
So, very interesting.
Mm.
'Cause what
Sorry, I
I've
missed
been
that.
doing,
You cut out.
does it? Oh, I hope, well, we don't have any limit on time how long we can be here with the studio too, do we? That it's
No, we don't.
out or anything? Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, what I've been doing is still sort of slowly cleaning some things out as I'm moving along with getting that happening, the painting that done from here to there. I'm only taking little things until I
Yeah.
know the next stage is floor coverings in the bedrooms. So that might take a week or two, because I think we're doing them ourselves, because as you should be aware, there's quite an investment in doing renovations, and at some point there needs to be a little bit of savings. So do the floors ourselves, I think. Yeah, I'll see
Yeah.
what comes up with that. But anyway, it's just taking a few things that'll fit in the pantry at the moment until all of that's done. And it's
Yeah.
getting rather exciting. So September is going to be the move and getting stuff in there,
Wow.
furniture and stuff of sorts. So,
It is exciting. You'll be back at the
yeah,
beach. Well, you're near
yeah,
the water anyway now, but back at the
yeah,
beach for summer.
different beach, different water, different walks,
Yeah.
walks
Mm.
I know I've got to do. I look at
The
Peanut.
smell.
Like isn't it funny how our little fur babies, they like to keep us in view sometimes. So as
Mm.
I'm turning, swiveling in my chair, and there's a direct view into the bedroom where she'll sit on the bed, so that when she's snoozing, she sees me directly at my level on the bed. It's so cute. So, so
And she's
cute.
comfortable. She's
Yeah,
not silly.
yeah, and she's comfortable. Yep.
Yeah. I
And
love it.
part of that was, do you recognise, I'm just going to bring the third screen in, and do you recognise those cards? That's part of what I'd found. Do you get them on your back end screen as a guest?
Let me move my camera because my camera is right where they are. Oh, yes, I've seen those before. They've been
This is
around for a
how
while,
yeah,
haven't they?
yeah, this is what I'm
Lisa's
using
cards.
today. I found her cards in amongst some of the stuff.
Beautiful.
And it's been a fair while since I've actually had them out, and I thought, well, what I would do is now does that drop that out? Oh, it does. Goody. That actually drops that out. Without going into the staging area. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Others might not. Yeah. So
I actually got myself a new pair of cards. I can't even see my deck of Lisa's cards. I must have put them somewhere. I bought myself a new packet yesterday. I haven't even opened it. I got
do
my
a reveal
order.
now. Do a
Do
reveal
review.
now.
Oh, where's my scissors? I got a new stock order in yesterday, and I thought, damn it, I'm going to get myself a packet of these. I keep buying them and
Yeah.
selling them.
Now I'm
So,
going to whilst you're doing that, I'm going to put you on solo.
okay.
We can see the cards. The right type of music.
Jaws music.
No, I can't do that.
Hang on.
Oh, it's one of those
Goodness.
catches. I like those
Yes.
catches. Yeah.
Yeah.
The magnetic ones.
Oh, goodness. So here we are. Oh, it's got a download app too. Beautiful. I love a lot
So
of
you
the
get a
cards that
hat
come
with
from
it.
the supply. Yeah. So another crystal cards,
Oh, how
obviously, and
gorgeous.
yeah. Sorry, trying to get it without the. So I keep buying these, and they're very popular cards. I sell a lot of them, and I just thought, this time when I'm ordering them, why don't I just order myself an extra pack? So I do have these for sale at the moment. I have about 20 packets of cards sitting on my desk that I priced up yesterday to pack ready for Broken Hills. So they are beautiful. I love the feeling of them.
Yes, that's not far away now.
Nice.
Heading off to Broken Hill.
We'll have to bring them with me.
Well, I've even got my little suitcase packed, the clothes one, ready. I haven't got the gear stuff ready yet because that's at Port Elliot. But yes, so excited. Yeah.
Roz and I are doing a road trip. So if you're in the Broken Hill area this weekend, come to Miracle's Psychic Fair, Belen Street, I think it is. And so we hit the road on Friday morning, and we'll be there Saturday and Sunday doing readings all day. So trailer load of stock.
And that reminds me, I still need to actually print up my booking sheets, which I haven't done. I'll just put that there too before I head off because I don't have a printer at Port Elliot.
Yeah, I need to do mine too, actually.
I haven't got another one here. Yeah, well, mine is working, so I have been printing while I've been here this stint. So yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Now, we can go back to that. And one of the other things that I sort of, like you said, with going with the flow, it certainly has been a bit of that for me over the last week because certain things, you sort of tick off that thing in a checklist that's only in here, not anywhere else. And it's that's flown out the window. Yesterday it was just one of those days that I couldn't even sort of concentrate. The energy around was just wacky. I couldn't concentrate, whatever I did. And did you know that in the back end there's a little sliding scale up there that does a green, orange, what our stream is doing? I didn't know that was there.
Yeah, I noticed it on Wednesday night. I think it's something new.
Network quality. It just went down to red. Does that mean that in our recording of what this is for today, it's going to actually show up as a pixelated or a glitchy section or what?
I'm not too sure, but it also shows you on the other side, above me, how many actions you get, like the thumbs, the hearts, and the smiley faces as well.
Oh, yeah, it does too. If I scroll up and over it.
Yep, and there's a pin there, so you can actually pin it.
I didn't know that either. I just have.
The pin wasn't there last week.
Oh, wow.
So something new.
don't think, what was I doing? No, last week it was you that hosted it because the PC laptop thing
That's
it
right.
put in it was a bit. I'm hoping it works tomorrow morning
Yeah.
for my
So
daily
then,
one. So
but you know what? We've just taught others that do shows that watch us how that they can do that too. So we're educating each other. I
yeah,
love it.
and you know what? It's a dead easy system to use once you just learn the few basics that are there.
Mm, I love
And the
it.
other one that I really like too, that I am going to just pop in and bring over, I'm hoping this works, is there we've got it. That's the live
Oh,
selling tab.
I noticed that this morning when
Right.
I set up Tonight Show. Love
Yep.
it.
So that's there. I haven't worked out, I don't think it has a way to click on it in the show for people to be able to actually go straight to a purchase site. It's just photos of the details of what you're selling and you can do a show around it.
I
So
love
that's
your picture,
fun. Oh,
your
I like it
emoji.
too. I like the Bitmoji. It's a really good site.
It is.
So,
Yeah. I guess
yeah.
with that, you can put the link on the bottom of your screen so people will know where to go to purchase that stuff. So
On the bottom, oh, as in the trailer, like at that crawler thingy
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
I hadn't thought of that. No, I hadn't thought of that. But you still can't actually click on the video like what we've got as a live video to
No.
purchase.
But
Because
you could put it in the chat next to you.
I tried that this morning with the Buy Me a Coffee link and it said it's against community something or other.
Oh,
So I couldn't do it. Whether I was, that was on My Time TV. I was going to put it underneath that top comment that I first put. It says, make sure you're on the My Time TV page. Type your comments and questions here, which
yeah.
is a reminder to those that might be on the other pages. Make sure you're on your mytimetv.live link. Then I can see the comments. I put it as a comment under there, an extra
Oh,
comment, just
okay.
the link to the, Buy Me a Coffee link.
Yep.
Because I want to try doing I've set up it's called a coffee link in that little mini platform for the Grand Tableau. I haven't done a Grand Tableau reading with the Lenormands, and I'd love to have some practice, and it's a good price for it. Takes a bit of time to work through it too, which is using this deck, that deck, and you actually use all the cards, and that's the reading. You're reading all of the cards
Wow.
for a particular question. I'd love to actually have some practice with that, which I will do over the next few days. But, for doing it for others, it's the price it is at the moment just for that special because I
Yeah.
haven't done one before. And in the next few days, I will be just practicing mini ones. And you just go with the flow and practice and do what comes into the mind. I'm just thinking when you're sitting
Love
going to flow.
it.
Yeah. Now, so we'll get into some more of these readings because what I was doing was just pulling cards for those who are in the top of the list so far whilst I was early.
You've done well, Ross.
I don't know how I did. Oh, I do know how I did it. It was counting up to 10 o'clock, and I thought I had to start at 10. I don't know why I thought I had to start at 10. I'd say, Spirit were telling me, you've got to start, So I did.
I
And I
didn't say
had
to me,
all
you've
the,
missed the boat. And I'm going, no, it's 10:30. It's 10.
and I had the music and everything. It was all going so nicely, and I started at 10.
Well, I was just half an hour behind you.
Yeah. I think
No,
it
I love
was
it.
like you did prompt and say, look, I've done the cross posting. I thought, and I looked at the clock, thought, oh, yeah, I've only got whatever time it was.
Yeah.
We were, doing the chatting with Shaz as a lifetime, like, what do you call that thing? FaceTime.
This time. Yep.
And she said something about a client coming soon. I thought, oh, yeah, that's about the time that I start doing this. No, gosh. Yeah.
As through you.
Well, something did. No, Spirit did.
Yeah.
They were
You were
telling
just
me.
meant to go live for half an hour. I
Yeah.
love it. Well,
Yeah.
you did what you went with the flow.
That's where I'm trying to find. Where was I up to? I was actually up to here at Vanessa's, I think. So those who are coming in the chat further down, well, if we get to you, we do. If we don't, we don't. It's just one of those things. There was some extra time for the top part to be early. And we'll just start off now from here. We've got Vanessa. And hi, Vanessa.
Hey, honey.
I'd like to know what's ahead for the near future. Love a card. And I'm going to, as I mentioned already, that I'm going to use these cards. I'll shuffle. Do you sense anything for her, Leanne, while I'm shuffling this deck?
Yeah, I'm shuffling my new cards as well, so I might as well put one of those as well. Oops, they're jumping out at me. Okay, honey, I get the reference to the need to focus on you at the moment, the need to put you first. So I actually want to get the study books and put it in front of you, okay, because I do get the reference to there is growth, there is opportunity coming, but it's about putting yourself first. Now, the cards that jump out is the letting go. And I had to laugh because I said, you need to start putting you first. So to me, I get the reference to letting go of the old structures, the old ways with that side of it. The second card was the meditation card. Now, I actually feel like you need to actually connect with the amethyst crystal itself. So I would, my feeling is that's something that you're needing in your life at the moment. So through the healing of the crystals, but look at meditation, look at clearing your mind, stilling your mind, and being able to focus on one thing moving forward rather than everything else that's going on around you. Okay, and I do feel that you're going to move forward quite quickly. No, I just love the stiffness of the new cards.
Oh, isn't it? And they're not always that easy to shuffle either. When they're new, they stick together. I'm going to try something different and just stop your video so your voice will still be heard. And I think that drops you out, and I'll be able to put the other card up and hopefully do the other way around to show the cards. Did that work? Sounds like I can still hear you. Yeah. So, and I think with the two cards here, it's gamble and deception. Taking chances, jumping in with 2 feet, and risk taking, and untruthful, deceiving self or others, not accepting or looking at reality. As I pulled that one out, I thought, you actually have been considering something that is feeling like a gamble. Oh, do that. Feeling like a gamble, but it actually isn't. You've actually been deceiving yourself in a way that you can't quite believe that it'd be that easy, is what I'm actually feeling with that. So do realise for yourself that there has been part of that type of element within you that's been holding you back, and you do need to let go, like Leanne said. Take those chances, jump in, and trust that what you're being led to do, that what you know you're moving forward into, is going to be the right path. So that's what I've got there for you too. Now I'll bring Leanne up, drop that out, and oh, look at how that whizzes around. Wonderful. So thank you for your question there, Vanessa. And we've got Louise from Canada. She's wondering if her youngest son will ever get over being mad at me. What you got, Leanne? What was that?
Technology beeping. I have muted my stuff today before coming live, and everything's beeping and carrying on. It's crazy. I'm sure it's the energy. We've got beeps going on everywhere. Oh, I love it. Okay, hey honey, I hope you're well. I do get that there's a lot of anger that your son holds on to, and I do feel that he will get past this. Now, to me, it's a feeling something needs to change in his life for that to happen. So whether it's around having a child or something himself, I do feel that he will eventually let those walls down. I get the reference to all you can do is let him know that your doors are open, your front door is open for him at any time. He needs to work through it on his own. So I do feel that will be a positive, there will be the positive outcome with that, okay? Now, sexuality, I'm not sure where they're going with that. That's a card that came out. I'm actually drawn more to the redness of the card rather than the meaning of the card. Okay. Now, I want to say it's about grounding yourself because I'm drawn to the red as in the root chakra, and I just get the reference to it is really important to ground yourself with that side of it. So, and Ross has got the yes card there as well. All
Yeah,
right. So, I wish you all the very best with that, honey.
yeah.
And
And
it
I'm just
breaks your heart.
going and I'm just going to bring mine up, Andrew. That is what came out straight away is yes, he will get over it. It's the answer to your question. So pure and simple, that one. So I thought that was pretty cool. Can't get a
Yeah.
more straightforward answer than that. It's a yes. He will get over it. Yeah.
That's it. I love it.
And who we've got next? These cards, the bigger they are, the harder they are to shuffle. It's one thing that I wonder who was it that designed them to be so big that there's my hand. Oh, hang on, you can't see that. There's my hand and there's the cards right next to it. Makes them jolly hard to shuffle.
So do you shuffle on the side or do you go end to end?
That way.
Yeah,
I go,
end to end.
whoops, and there's one that
That literally flew out.
and this must be for the next one who I'm about to show, and thought, hi, Diana. How are we? Well, I'm good, as you can tell. I'm early. I was early. More about your career changing into counselling. You said last week it was on the sideline of it. Could you elaborate on that, please? You're struggling with knowing what you should be directing yourself, where you should be directing yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
First up, what I got was that card is the one that flew out. So that's the one that I'll actually show first, and then Leanne could add what she feels around that. Oh, wrong way. That one. So it's the spirit guide, and it's helping and guiding you through life. Signs from spirit are happening, and you really do need to be listening to that direction and actually taking that guidance as your truth. I'm feeling very strong about that. That's a definite. I had to go like that before, didn't I?
Off the side of the comments. I love it.
I was peeping around the corner of the comments before. Yeah, so I am feeling that it is that you are on the right path. I still feel I'm still. For me, I'm still feeling that it's at the moment the sideline, but you need to actually know for yourself that the strength of how much you want that to be the emphasis compared to what you're currently doing, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to do that and drop me down so that your turn, Leanne.
I get it. You are on the right pathway, like Ros said. So I do get the reference to it's take time for you now to just ground yourself. Look at where you are and look at you're being pushed to take that next step is the reference I get. But I want to say just breathe, ground yourself, and move through it. And it's about then taking action. So I do feel that there is a lot of growth around that, and you got to be good at what you're doing. So if I go that way, at least I'm looking around the card. But
do you want me to drop the comment?
oh no, it's all good. So yeah, I do get. Oh, you have to excuse the noise in the background. My husband is emptying my car and bringing everything in from the weekend. So yeah, so I get the reference to it's time to take action. So take a moment, breathe, ground, get that clearer vision, and then take that action. Okay. Wishing you all the best for that.
So I'm hoping. Oh, that was supposed to be us two, not the card table. This is taking a little bit to manoeuvre around now that I've found just hitting that video. You know, the little video icon down the bottom moves them down. So I'd forgotten about that part of it. So hi to Emma as well. We see any good things coming for you in finances. So what are you feeling from the guidance?
You're blocking that, honey. I get the reference to you're blocking that at the moment. So to me, it's a feeling you need to allow yourself open up and allow those finances, that flow to come in. Try not to focus on what you don't have. Focus on what it is that you want to be able to move forward. And when you do that, I get the reference, the rest is going to follow. clear your mind. Have that clear picture of what it is that you're working towards. And I get when you do that, things are just going to move in that way. All right. That's a
Oh,
good
that
idea.
gorgeous bug. Yum.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. The
Yeah.
meditation. And what I have is the, oops, what do I not do? That one. I forgot to hit the oh, come on. I've got something not, I've got all of us as no video.
You
What
got the
did I
comment up.
do?
There we go.
There it
You're
is.
back.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm back. I want the video of the, there, got it. Got that card. With finances, I'm feeling that what you've been doing so far, I mean, we've already had the gamble card for someone else. It's the taking chances, the jumping in with 2 feet and the risk taking. I feel that that's probably what you've been doing too, is not really actually planning and budgeting and using your money in as wise a way that you could have in the past. So you're realizing that it's coming forward to having that sort of a change in your perception and the way that you're using your money. I'm just going to try that way a bit more too. So it's butterflies change. They're from the caterpillar, go through that transformation and growth to being the beautiful creatures that they are. So spread your wings and fly. Plan around what you're actually wanting to use your finances for so that it's targeted, so that it is actually being more productive than just flying by the seat of your pants and making it almost like a gamble, which way you're spending it, which way you're investing it, and all that sort of stuff. I'm feeling that you do need to actually take more time, and that meditation card that Leanne had put up is very useful in thinking more deeply about the purpose of what money is for you, because it's not the be-all and end-all of what life is. It is using things, all of our resources wisely, which doesn't just have money being it. So that's what I've got through that one. We can move on then to Joss, who is wondering about her. Oh, I'm not sure, is it her or he, Joss? Oh, anyway, looks like girls in the photo, but wondering about Nan, who passed away a year ago, and the relationship that she's now in. Did I put that right? Sorry.
I mean, yeah. Okay, honey. Whoops, my earplug just fell out.
I don't like that.
I get your grandmother's very much around you. I get her hand on her heart, which is my sign for love and pride for yourself. Okay, she knows that she's sadly missed as well, and I want to put the birds with the long beak in front of you. So, is that a honey eater? It's not an Australian bird. Is the feeling I get. I get the long beak, so I don't know what the honey eater means to you, or the honeybee. No, it's not, but it's a bird. In that side of it, okay. I do feel around the relationship you're heading in the right direction, but I feel that communication lines need to be open more. So whether it's about being more open and honest, not so guarded with each other, I just get it's about moving that energy at the moment, okay. So I do feel there is a strong connection between the two of you. And I get she's giving you her blessing as well. So that I would take that as her approval of the relationship. Okay, so wishing you both all the very best.
Cool. And I've got this one that is the equal card. The words that are down the bottom are finding balance, expected, and we are the same. So I'm just getting the feeling that you are very much like your nan, and there was that closeness and the level of the level of similarities is more than what a normal grandparent grandchild is. It just feels that you're on that same page of equal strength. Yeah. Feel into that energy with her, and you'll be guided really well through life. Is just what I'm just seeing that perfect balance. Oh, and I've got the comment up in the way too. So there's that perfect balance. I like to use my hands. So yeah, I don't have anything more to actually explain that. I just feel there's that recognition in that. You go for it, Leanne.
That's all right. I just
That
drew a
down.
card for Joss as well,
Oh,
and
I
I
hit the wrong thing. Oh, hang on, I've just got to
let's do
undo you.
it again.
It's that little camera thing. You've got to hit it right.
Yeah, that's it. I
Mm.
just drew a card for Joz as well while Ros was doing hers, and I got the emotional healing. So I want to say allow yourself to heal, honey, because I still feel there is some grief around there. Like I said, she knows how much she is missed. All right, so sending you lots of love and healing too.
And now I've almost lost. I'm going to undo that. What do we have show up? Yes, us. I've lost where we're up to. So that was Joss.
Joss.
I have received a message from, I think it's Vanessa, who is wondering if she's on the right page. So I think there probably is some others. Vanessa Townsend, I've seen your comment in this stream, but I don't know that it's the right one. Just make sure, for those who are still on other pages, that it is up the top, you're clicking on that it is the mytimetv.live page that you're actually in, where that live stream is, and it's that chat area that you need to be putting your comments into.
Yeah.
So
Not like
not like
Annie's
what?
not like Annie. She's put a comment there to say she was spamming my page. And you should know better.
Sure, I haven't even checked mine. It's enough that I've got the 2 tabs open at the top to keep a track of, as well as the comments down the side. You sort of think, oh gosh, not that it's hard to do, it's not. But if you have too much that you're trying to keep a track of, that's where you get your things split with all those different keeping tracks of, and you can't keep focused if you're doing that. You know,
That's
his
it.
little lesson, just concentrate on one at a time. Which I'm going to do now that I've shared that message with Vanessa, instead of going there and typing and you lot hearing me typing, because apparently that can be annoying. So now what have I got up to? We've got Mary has mentioned, clear photos. Yeah, I think that was from the first half hour or something. Don't know. Irene, that looks like Holmes, but I don't think it is. Holmes? Irene, we'll just say Irene, because then it's nice. Love the tarots. Can you have a read, please? Look, we will, but next time. It needs more specific questions. Since I'm just starting from the top and going down.
Card.
Yeah, just having a card.
Okay, so honey, I get cycles. Look what's coming around. So I get the reference to things are coming around in a cycle for you. All right. So just breathe through, let this energy pass. And I look at communication with that side of it. Okay.
And I'll leave that as the 3 of us, because what you've got is the butterfly, which we've already explained as far as the change and transformation, growth, beauty, spread your wings and fly. I actually think that probably explains it quite well. There's going to be some change ahead of you that's really going to be transforming for you, shining out your beauty. I mean, listen into that heart center and let yourself fly. Do that.
Change is good.
Yes, because the butterfly doesn't have to work at doing that transformation. It just happens. But you still have to allow it, nurture it so that cocoon actually does bust at the right time. Why that came into the head, you do still need to look after yourself in the process. So thank you for that. And we've got Lenny Goff has said, good morning. Oh, nice dog. I notice dogs. I'm getting more dog hair floating around in clothes as I wash my clothes, because Russell is a Jack Russell and they lose hair. And even washing the clothes, you don't get rid of dog. I've noticed.
It is more stiffer and thicker, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's got a wiriness to it. Yeah, it's short. Short, but it's in that it just falls out well, very well. So that's what it is.
Too well.
A boy or a girl baby? Oh,
I get boy.
Yeah, and I'll just share the card because it's the blues that hit the eye and around summertime. So there you go. I think that's probably a pretty good answer.
Beautiful.
and
And
you
I had
can
the
move.
blue card to come up.
Did you? Ah, yeah, gorgeous. So I think that's probably, I can't remember which card we had for you, KB, but yeah, they are gorgeous cards, aren't they? The person's
Mm.
face. Oh, yeah, it was one of those. Oh, just explaining how KB had her focus going to that flower too. So went to the face, then to that
Oh,
flower. That's good.
yeah.
Thanks for the feedback. It is nice to know some of that sort of thing. Hello, would love to know if my mum has a message for me. That's your realm. Yeah, I'll solo you for that one.
Thanks. Okay, honey. Straight away reading that, I get the anxiety, the breathing. So I don't know if you get a little bit of anxiety yourself at the moment, but I do get the reference to mum saying you need to just let go of all the tension, the stress that you're holding on to. It's about focusing, moving forward. So to me, I get the reference to you is that feeling of being stuck in the now, the each day. She's saying it's time to look forward. So when I say it's around doing the planning, honey, I get the feeling there's some big things going on around you and coming up, but it's the feeling you've also got to breathe through and allow that energy to flow. I get the love, the pride that comes through with mum, and she's got such a beautiful energy as well. She makes reference to you hear her voice at times, so please know when you do that, that is her soul with you at that very time. Okay, mum's a bit of a cheeky energy. I love her. Her easy energy is probably the best word to put to her. Okay, so can I leave you with her love and just focus on moving forward? Feel number 7 strong around you too, hon. Okay.
Oh, I've got to
Oh,
have to unsolo you first and then do the little camera on the card camera. That's the one that came up for you was children, unconditional love, purity. Oh, what's the other one? Innocence and nurturing. It's very hard to read those things off the screen.
a little bit
Oh,
small. Lisa, make
yeah.
it.
I don't know how many children you've had or whether you've got lots of siblings. I just feel that it's the love of children all around. It's rather gorgeous, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
So
So that's
quickly,
the
I just
card
want to
that
tell
came
you.
up for you. Thank you for your question there, Tracy.
Yeah.
And we've got Leanne, KB has responded that today she's chosen to give up. Today she's choosing to give up smoking, so the card
Oh,
really helped. And I thought,
well done,
that's a
honey.
nifty thing since I do hypnosis for it too.
Yeah. I love her.
Oh, that's funny. And Shelley, have we done a card already? I think we probably,
Mm,
I
I'm
vaguely
not
remember
well,
seeing a Shelley.
unless you
Oh,
did
we
earlier.
look, she's had a high there, and that's all it was. So
Ah,
we'll draw a card for